Um, okay. All right. Let's start. Let's start standing. It's a cloudy day here, but it's kind of beautiful. Inhale, stretch out and up, reach to the skies, and then exhale, reach away. Imagine, this is a weird way of putting this, but your awareness going beyond the periphery of your visual field so that your awareness is just splashing out into the world. Big awareness. Inhale, open. Yeah, awareness not dependent on visuals simply, but also in your sort of energetic field, your kinesthetic awareness, your awareness of movement, proprioception, all those different awarenesses. So we've got kinesthetic awareness, which is like my awareness of my movement in the space around me. My proprioception, which is the awareness of my movement in relationship to myself. Like I can feel, with my eyes closed, I could touch my nose. Inhale, open. Exhale, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. And then I've got interoception, the feeling of inside of my body. And then there's exteroception, the feeling of what's outside of my body. So all of these ways of being aware, and I can pinpoint and focus my awareness in very direct space, or I can be expansive and really checking out all the space around me. So let's work with that. Let's work with just taking in everything around you, letting your body move with that. So you could imagine that you're taking in the visual field, but also kinesthetically, you're moving your arms, moving your body to reach into the space around you. So you're taking in this broad swaths, broad scope, the space around you, your kinesthetic field, your visual field, and you're kind of painting it with your arms or maybe with your whole body, letting yourself shift around. So a little bit of free flow in this, letting the movement go wherever it wants to go, as if you were a wind blowing or maybe a wave crashing, getting some movement into your body that might not be your normal patterned movement. Good. And then shake that out. And let's just take an easy shake and bounce. Bouncing, 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 shaking, 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 inviting any extra tension in your body to release. So when we release tensions in our body, we free up energy, we free up flow. Letting it go. So we're shaking out what's stuck and inviting more freedom in our tissues, more movement, more health, more access to breath support. And let's then take it into big circles with our hips. Letting that move through your feet. And then the other direction. The pea pod is down on the floor right over there, being incredibly cute. And then let's circle our shoulders, big circles. So circling movement is really healthy for your tissue. It's more three-dimensional than sort of linear, just folding movements, right? Change direction with those circles up and over. Let your spine also have a little bit of arch and curl. So there's a little wave moving through your body with that shoulder circle. Good. And then let's do side, starting with your head, sending a wave in the sort of lateral side to sideness. Feeling your head initiate the movement up and over and then the other way. So we have a natural writing response. Our head, usually we want our head to be sort of vertical. Let it go off vertical. Relax your jaw. Maybe there's a little bit of forward, backward coming in here. And then we'll do waves from the bottom to the top. So waving up doesn't have to be huge, but just getting this fluidity through your body. And then go the other way. Head down to your feet. Let your knees bend, let your spine move. Doesn't have to be your biggest one, just something, getting the movement in there. So that's kind of like tissue prep, right? We're warming up our fascia, our nervous system. Let's take our hands. You're going to make a fist go in and out, in and out, circling in. It's kind of a figure eight, in and out, rotate in and out, in and out, in and out, and in and out. Taking your hands on your shoulders, big circles with your arms, rotator cuff, trying to touch your elbows together in the front and then open them in the back, opening the chest and lungs, and change direction other way, up and over. Big circles. Good. And then let's just take your hands right on the sort of bottom of your ribs and just shift from side to side in there, shifting side to side. So I'm not weight shifting on my legs. I'm just shifting my upper body over my lower body at this sort of diaphragm level. Really, that's some deep core work, core support. We're not clenching, we're just doing what works to move, right? Just to slide those surfaces of our diaphragm over our liver, our spleen, stomach is kind of coming through there. All right, so shake that out. Let's internally rotate and externally rotate. So I'm going to just do it with my upper body. I'm going to leave my legs fairly stable, but I'll add this cat-cow in my spine. Let's do this with weights, actually. If you have weights anywhere nearby, grab your weights. Internal rotation, external rotation. So I'm just using light weights. These are 3 pounds. You could go heavier, that would be fine. You could also go lighter or use no weights. Internally rotating, externally rotating, spiraling in, spiraling out, spiraling the arms in, spiraling the arms out. Imagining that spiral going through your arms, through your rotator cuff, in towards your lungs and your heart. So you're getting a lot of movement in your thoracic spine and in your lungs and heart. Good. And then come in. Let's do one more thing here. I'm just going to grab another set of weights to add to this. The 3s are a little light. So I'm going to come up like a typewriter, turn it out, open it out, bring it in, fold, and lower. Up, out, out, in, fold, lower, up, spiral, open, bring it back, fold, lower, up, spiral, rotate, rotate, fold, lower, up, spiral out, in, and down. Let's go both hands up, pushing through the ceiling, opening your chest and lungs, opening your heart. So I'm kind of looking up as I go up. I was watching the Arnold Schwarzenegger thing on Netflix. And when I was young, I was kind of obsessed with him, like, but pre all the movies. Like I saw Pumping Iron when I was a little kid. And I remember having like let's go up and down with that. I had a calendar of a bunch of bodybuilders. And I remember drawing like a leg and the leg muscles. It was just like, I think, one of those thigh poses from bodybuilding. Okay, one more thing here, and then we're gonna be done with this. Stick out your butt, take it. Let's go up, out, in, lower, up, out, in, lower, up, out, in, drop, up. Tail is reaching back, archy back. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. And relax. Yeah, just the weightlifting thing. The extremes of people and being in a body and what that can mean. And so like, yeah, I think Arnold took it to one of the most major extremes. Whatever you think of him, he was what's the word, persistent at his life, and shifted, right? First he was doing bodybuilding, then he was an actor, and then he was a politician. You have to adapt, right? Things change. Although it's interesting that in the documentary, I am noticing that there are no other people. Like, it's not like his family's around the house or anything like that. It's like there's a bunch of pets. There's even donkeys. There's a little mini donkey named Whiskey. So yeah, anyway, it's pretty well done. Netflix made a good one. So, and I just find that whole idea of bodybuilding so completely insane and interesting. Art of the body, shifting from side to side. But it is inspiring to look at people who've, based their life on movement. And I knew that he had worked with dancers or worked with a ballet dancer to help get more flow and more fluid into his posing. But what a performer, right? Oh my God. And then come in and let's take it all the way down to the floor. Dropping from side to side, letting it massage through your back, massage through your tissues. So your piriformis, your glutes, your rotators, all the little intervertebral muscles, your QL even, like as we're getting this little twist, getting some movement. So this is like relaxing, letting your body move and massaging out your hips and lower back. And let's take it across. But another thing one thing that he said, which I think that was very interesting, was that when he was growing up in Austria and he, saw Hercules or whatever, and was like, oh my God, look at that. I want to do that. And he was training on his own in his room. He's like, I was training and there was silence and I could just think about what I wanted and imagine it. And like when we can visualize, it's such an important thing to visualize the things that we want to see in the world, visualize the things that we want in our life, even like visualizing good health, visualizing being able to move or seeing yourself doing things, 10 years from now, I want to climb a mountain or whatever it is. Put that in your mind, put that in your idea of being. But the other thing is that there were no distractions. He wasn't watching TV and working out. He was just lifting weights, thinking about what he wanted to do. And I feel like that's a really important thing for us to move forward in the future, is to see a future that we want, not just our own lives, but a future for the planet. All right, let's inhale, lift and open, and exhale, lower down. Inhale. We're really good at seeing dystopian futures, but what about seeing not necessarily utopian futures, but futures where there is like water that we can all drink, like equanimity between people, values of like kindness. Inhale, lift. And I really think that also starts with how we treat our own bodies. If we're objectifying ourselves and, picking on ourselves or being cruel to ourselves, we're not going to be creating a very supportive world. All right, let's take our pelvis up. Open your feet just a little wider, big circles, really big, mobilizing, shifting your weight from side to side. And change direction. Letting your body move. So we're not clamping down. We're letting the muscles move as necessary. We're not clenching. And then come in and roll it down through your spine. And take the legs up, give them a shake, let it go, jiggle, jiggle. Let the tissue become soft and relaxed so that you're neutral. The neutral tension held in your tissue is minimal. You're letting it go. And then coming into a happy baby, wiggle around. And now just back to that idea of Arnold, lifting weights with no sound, no music, no television, just his mind, imagining his future. Now we have so many distractions, right? Like, how much of your time are you distracted? Like, even when I'm watching TV sometimes or watching Netflix, I'm still looking at something on my phone here and there. That's a lot of distraction. Good to get rid of the distractions sometimes and just be present with the people that you're with or in nature, doing something without looking at your phone or without all these distractions, no bells and whistles. One leg at a time, coming in, going 1, 2, 3, circle. Let's flex as we go out. One leg at a time. 1, 2, 3. Flex and circle. Pointed toes. 1, 2, 3. Open it up. 1, 2, 3. Circle it out. 1, 2, 3. Circle it out. 1, 2, 3. Open. 1, 2, 3. Open. If you want to drop your head down to the floor, go for it. And open. Last one. 1, 2, 3. Open it out. Stay open. Rock from side to side. Massage out your back. Massage out your butt. And then bring it in. Circles with your knees. Something interesting also that Arnold brings up in this documentary, Change Direction, is like his father was coming out of the war, and just the amount of trauma that's in a culture when it's been at war, when half of the parents, the fathers, have been at war. And I'm talking like historically, like now it's the mothers too. But that, and then coming home, there's a lot of trauma. There's a lot of abuse that goes on. And there's a lot of stuff that wasn't talked about. And that's stored in our bodies, right? So we want to let some of that stuff free up. So I think it was really cool that Arnold said something about that in there. All right, we're going to do a different exercise. If you have a block, great. If you don't have a block, no worries. You could use nothing, right? It's just there as an image, but the way that we're going to use the block. So we're going to sit up. I'm going to do this with both legs straight. And this is I'm just going to show you from here. Put your block out in front of you. You're going to come up and over, bring it back, other side, up and over, open it out, up and cross, and open, and cross. I'm doing this parallel, open, up and cross, and open, up and cross, and open. Now, we're going to try and sit up a little bit more on our sit bones. So I was kind of leaning back there, and I'm going to come up to being vertical and the same thing. Cross, open, cross, open. Try to stay tall, cross, open. Hello, quads, cross. I don't know if you're feeling it, but I do. Cross, open, cross, and open. I'm losing my verticality. We're going to take it one more time. And this time you're going to try and lean forward as you do it. It's going to get harder. So try to stay forward over your foot. Here we go. Cross and open, staying forward. Maybe you curl a little, cross and open, cross and open, cross, open. One more time. Try and stay forward, get forward. Oh, it's hard. Last one. And relax. So that should have fired up your quads. And that's the one thing I'll say about doing mat work and mat classes. They really don't work your legs as much as your legs need working. Like ballet dance, great. You're going to work your legs. You're going to jump. You're going to be really intricately using your legs. But when we're on the floor the whole time, it's really hard to get everything in there. But we're going to take it back down and do some hamstrings with the bent knee thing. So bent knee thing with a flex foot and then feet on the floor. So instead of having my heels close to my butt, I'm sliding them out until they're in a pretty big angle. And then I'm going to press up. I'm going to flex my feet. I'm going to pull forward, backward on the diagonal, just pulling forward and backward, firing at the hamstrings. So we just did quads. Now we're going hamstrings, front of the leg, back of the leg. And then tops of the feet or bottoms of the feet on the floor, so you're not flexing anymore, pulsing forward and backward. And flex one more time. Let's stay in that. We're not going to pulse. We're just going to lift it one leg at a time, lifting and the other. Press it up. If you need to come down in the middle, take a little break, go for it. Up, up, flexed foot, up. Try to keep your pelvis high so it's right there in the middle between your knees and your shoulders. Up, up. I'm doing one breath per side. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Feet down, roll it down through your spine. Shake it out, let go. Let's just easy open and close. Relax your butt, relax your back, relax your hamstrings. So instead of going from that hamstring work into like a hamstring stretch, I'm doing the twists just to get a little bit more neutral before going into a happy baby, which is more of a stretch for that. In the happy baby, I'm going to straighten out my legs and stretch out my hamstrings some of the time, like just playing in the baby, listening to your own body. Release that. Let's internally rotate. So feet are going to be open wide as your sticky mat. Internally rotate one leg and then the other, spiraling in. And let's come in, feet parallel. Lift your pelvis up. You're going to inhale, doing this breath work. We're going to inhale. I'm just going to show you my ribs. Inhale, chest to chin. Exhale. Try to keep the chest up to your chin. Exhale, half of it out or more, and then roll it down through your spine with the exhale. When you hit the bottom, fill up your lungs again. So take a couple of resting breaths and then press up. Take a deep breath in, chest to chin. Really draw it up and then exhale. Keep your chest up to your chin. Exhale as much out as you can. Roll it down with that breath hold. When you get to the bottom, try and fully relax and regain a slight lumbar curve and then take your big breath in. One more time. Press it up. Deep inhale, chest to your chin. Exhale. Hold the exhale, roll down. At the bottom, relax and fill up. We're not trying to do like a super long breath hold there. What we're just trying to do is enough of a breath hold that we get that sort of vacuumy feeling inside and we're just squishing around our organs a little bit. Getting some movement in there that wouldn't necessarily be the normal type of movement that you are doing on a regular day when you are vertical all the time, right? So we're in a different relationship to gravity here. We've got the gravitational pull helping bring that up here. So when we roll down, there's a little bit more spaciousness in our gut body. Okay, let's do some spirals. Knees into your chest, head away from your knees. If your back feels okay. If your back is hurting, you can turn your head in the same direction. And if you want to, you can extend your legs out, making it harder. Making it more challenging. Energetically reaching beyond your peripheral field of vision, feeling into that. Thank you, Ellen Levy, for that idea. And come in. Let's roll back and forth, rounding through your spine, massaging through your back. Take it to a plow. You can also come up if you want, or just easy rolling without any extra drills. But if you want to, you can come all the way up, all the way down. You have to bring your weight forward in order to be able to roll up onto your feet. So rolling, and then vertical, holding down. Last one. And let's relax and flip over onto our sides. And let's come onto a side plank with the bottom knee bent. So side forearm plank. We're going to do an arch and a curl here. Reaching back, folding it in. Open up, fold it in. Inhale, exhale. Fill up your lungs, exhale. Reach in, open, close, arch, curl. How many different ways can I say it? Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Switch it around. Other side. You can either just roll over or do the flip around that I just did. Up onto your elbow. Knees are bent. Arch back, close. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Use your breath. Five more. Open, close. 4, 3, 2. Last one, and take it down. And let's just roll across. Like I feel my hips tightening up from that. Roll across one and then the other. I'm just rolling. I'm going to squish around. So I'm putting some shear on that glute rotator. And then the same thing over here. Squishing it around, getting some mobility in the tissue. And that's the fascia, the muscles, the fluid. So the fascia is partly fibrous and partly fluid. And the fluid can either be like kind of like a gel or like an aspic or really free-flowing watery. So it's pretty cool. So when we're moving and squishing around, we're just giving it the chance to rehydrate in healthy ways. And movement hydrates tissue. It's not like, oh, now I need to drink a ton of water. I mean, you might, but it's really about the hydration is about the movement. You want to make sure you are drinking water, and ideally like healthy, structured water. I'm learning about that now, although I feel like I've known about it for a while. Legs straight down below you, turn out. We're going to kick up, fold it in, touch the floor, open, kick up, and come down. Batma, passe, rotate in, rotate out, batma, and lower. Kick, toes to knee, turn it in, turn it out, kick, lower, kick, toes to knee, turn it in, turn it out, kick, lower, up, in, rotate, rotate, kick, lower, up, in, rotate, rotate, kick, down, up, in, out, kick, down. Last one, up, in, rotate, rotate, up, and down. Let's switch it around to the other side right away. Switching. Legs are turned out, kicking up, fold it in, rotate, rotate, kick, and lower. Batma, passe, rotate in, rotate out, batma, lower, up, passe, in, out, extend, down, batma, passe, in, out, extend, down, batma, passe, in, out, extend, down, batma, passe, rotate, rotate, reach it out, down, 2 more, in, out, extend, down, last one. I think we might have given this side short shrift. We're going to do one more after this. Last one, up, in, rotate, rotate, up, and down. Just roll over onto your stomach, bend your knees, and massage your quads. Relax your butt, relax your belly. Let your legs fall from side to side, relax your feet. And then Tops of the feet on the floor, arms out in front of you. Let's go opposite arm to leg, lengthening out. Inhale up, exhale down. Good. Relax for a second. We're going to just do the same thing, but regular Pilates swimming, but you're going to do a pumping breath. So it's a big inhale, deep diaphragmatic breathing. You really want to huff and puff. Huff and puff. Here we go. Inhale the whole thing up, float it around, radiate away from center, reach out to that periphery of your kinesphere and imagine reaching beyond. And then relax, press yourself up, take it back into a child's pose. Soften and melt, wiggle around, shift from side to side, let it go. And then shift your weight back and come up. And let's do a hands and knees. If you need to double up your mat so that your knees don't hurt, then just fold it up so you've got more padding under your knees. We're going to do a cat-cow, arching and curling, pushing the floor away. Spinal movement, which we've been doing this whole time. Lots of spinal movement. So let's change it into a ripple. So from your tail up through your head, a little wave of movement. Doesn't have to be huge. And then from your head down to your tail, rippling in the other direction. And then let's circle. So your arms are going to be stable and you're going to circle your body inside of that, mobilizing your rotator cuff by mobilizing your body around. If that's too much to think about, just push up and down. But I feel like the circle is really good for our lungs, our heart, and our rotator cuff. Change direction. Good for our lats. And then let's just take a backstroke. So you're going to circle back one arm and then the other, swimming through the space, circling an arm at a time. Good. Let's come in. We're going to flex and pulse up with a flexed foot and bent knee. So you're not turned out at all. You're parallel, just pulsing up here, pushing through the ceiling with your foot. Long torso, pushing away with your arms, long, strong spine. Trying to stay parallel for this and switch it to the other side, pulsing. So a lot of times when I'm doing exercises like this, I'm not going for a massive burn. I want the muscles to work. I want them to get going, but I don't want to go for a huge burn in there. A huge burn is going to tighten up my lower back. And for me, that's when my back starts to hurt if I get too tight in that. So I am just going for a while, getting it pulsing, getting it going, and then releasing. I'm going to take it into a rounded spine, taking my weight back, and then staying rounded and taking my weight forward. Curling and rounding back and taking it forward. I'm getting exercise. I am getting warm. Losing an ear pod. All right, let's come back in. Let's go with one leg at a time. You're on your elbows and knees, up and down, going 1, 2, 3. 4, long back, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch it to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take it into a forearm plank, push forward and backward, head forward, heels back. And then bring it in, one knee to the floor at a time, parallel, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Twisting underneath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take it down to the floor. Head on your hand, curl your toes under, relax your body, just push up and down, soften and melt. Breathe. And then bend your knees and let your legs fall side to side again. So another thing that Arnold says is that like he was working out like 3 times a day for hours. And I will say that often I'm working out more than once a day, but I don't think of it like, oh, I'm going to do my exercise. Like I go for a morning walk, then I'm teaching this class. Later on, I'm going to be teaching ballet and I'm going to have a rehearsal. And in the middle, I'll have a somatic inquiry, deep parasympathetic class. So I feel like they're all really different types of movement. Take it into your child's pose. But it's really good for us to move more. That's what we were made to do. Our bodies are movement. Opposite arm to the leg. Reach it out, take it to the diagonal, reach long, and come in. Reach it out, diagonal, stretch, and in. Up, out, down. Now, obviously, if you're sick or exhausted, you probably don't need to move more. Sometimes moving more means really softening and slowing down, but just moving like micro movement, being in your awareness in your body in a somatic way. Not necessarily doing like a huge workout. But we do want a variety of things. Like it's not like there's one workout that's the answer to everything. We want a variety pack of all of it. And come in, bring your legs out in front of you. Walk your butt from side to side, take it into a forward fold. Breathe into your back. Breathe into your belly. Breathe deep down into your body. Let the breath help stretch you out. Let the breath help move you from the inside, letting go. Exhales melting toward the floor. And then coming in, let's do ankle to knee pose. So you're going to cross one ankle over the other knee. You can leave this leg straight or you can fold it under, either one, whichever one feels good to you. Taking it down, letting go. Oh, I just see something. Oh, well. Sometimes, I don't know why it does it. Sometimes YouTube, when I'm broadcasting, makes it private. I don't know why it does that, but anyway, it just means that probably nobody can watch it until afterwards anyway. Breathe and relax. Free up your spine. And then release it, come up. Unscramble, let your legs return to a neutral, letting it go, and then switch it to the other side. Breathe. Bottom leg can be straight if that is better for you. See if you can let go of tension in your shoulders. Good. And then coming in, relaxing your legs, bang them up and down. Just give your legs a squeeze from the bottom to the top, from the top to the bottom, squeezing the tissue, giving it a little bit of touch. Yeah, if you don't have somebody to give you a massage, do it for yourself. All right, and we're gonna come to standing on our legs and shift from side to side. Let your head hang down. Relax your neck. And then come into center and roll it all the way up. We're doing a just under 45-minute class today. Inhale, open. Reach out and up. And exhale, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Again, letting your body go back to a really neutral, that's relaxed, a really relaxed neutral, no extra tension. Inhale, open. Fill up your lungs. Exhale, shake it out. Let go. And last one, inhale, open. And exhale, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Yes, we have managed to come in under 45 minutes. So if you have made it through